Are you winning? Do you need help in your life or business? Could you use some inspiration, business strategies, and success principles? I'm Daniel Gomez, award-winning business coach, keynote speaker, and best-selling author. On the Daniel Gomez Inspire Show, we will help you create a successful life and elevate your business. Together, we will discover the keys that unlock your success and dreams. Welcome back to another episode of the Daniel Gomez Inspire Show, where we educate you, we inspire you. Today, boy, we're going to motivate you. I'll tell you what, I got a dear friend of mine. I met this gentleman in a live event, shared the stage with them, and just his backstory was like, what? You ever hear something and your mouth just opens up wide and just your jaw's on the ground? Well, my jaw was on the ground because I related a lot of what he said, and he just touched my heart there. We connected. We've been friends ever since, and I'm honored to have this gentleman here because he's going to bring a lot of value. So you know what I say here, right? Get out your pen, get out your paper, because you're going to learn some massive wisdom from our guests. Benjamin John, welcome to the show, my brother. How you doing, man?
Man, like I said right before we got on live on this, man, I am on top of the mountain, dude. I literally am standing on mountaintop, sun shining, beautiful. I'm radiating positive energy deep from within my soul, brother. I am excited and I'm doing great. And by the way, dude, I really appreciate that that connection you just validated that we had, because I did also feel a strong connection with you when I met you. And you know, I could tell that you had a good heart, and I could tell that you were real, and I resonated a lot with your story as well, man. So I reciprocate that energy, brother, and that friendship, and I appreciate that a lot.
Well, you're welcome. Well, thank you, man. Well, you know, thank you. First of all, I want to receive that compliment and receive that love from you. So I don't want to rush through that. So thank you for that. I receive it. Sometimes as men, right, we just shake it off, but I'm going to receive that love. So I receive that here on the Daniel Gomez Inspire Show. I know the amazing person you are, my brother. Do me a favor. Introduce yourself to the Daniel Gomez Inspire Show, please.
Yeah, so my name is Ben, and I basically have a company called Massive Impact Coaching, where I coach people to make a massive impact in their lives and in others. And now it's actually going to be rebranded into 7 different businesses at this moment. So there's a lot of things coming up on the horizon. But yeah, basically, I care about people, and that's my main message. You're going to hear a lot of the same stuff coming out of my mouth. And right now I'm on a warpath to serve people in a way to call out particularly entrepreneurs and multi-billionaires who I think are manipulating people, and also using love to pull people in, and only for the purpose of wanting something from them. And so my recent branding is going to be specifically geared towards a lot of free work and not wanting anything in return.
Well, I love that, man. And, you know, we're definitely some subjects we need to touch on here in the Daniel Gomez Inspire Show, because we definitely talk about faith, love, and business. And people say, how can you have faith in business? Let me tell you, right? Jesus took business to the marketplace. He said, give to Caesar what is Caesar. And so many people have that block in their mind. So I love what you said. You know, I want to start off with this because you and I have a similar background in the business side of it. And when I was younger, I was kind of arrogant, right? I mean, I was arrogant. And on my Corvette, I had the tag closer, right? Because I was a closing machine.
Yeah.
So I know you're a salesman, not a salesman, but a sales professional at heart, because there is a difference between a salesman and a sales professional. And you even dressed with that. So if you're listening on iTunes, you got to go to our YouTube page and check him out. He's wearing an amazing gunmetal suit. Looks very tip top. Why do you think so many young entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and small businesses struggle with the sales aspect? And they fail to realize, right? It takes revenue to have a successful business. And most, I would say over 55% of the people that I coach and see or go to events with, they have a problem with revenue. And we know that revenue comes from sales. Why is that, Benjamin?
Yeah. So a lot of the things I'm going to tell you is actually very contradictory to what most business owners and entrepreneurs are taught. I just had this conversation right before I hopped on here now with another business owner, and it's a reoccurring struggle for them to grasp. So, for instance, I just had a conversation with a business owner who I'm about to have a documentary. They're going to document me. And I was telling him that I don't want anything from people, even in business. I was talking about how I'm going to start my new business and offer like a month of free service, no contract, nothing on the back end. I don't even want their email. And if after that time period, they don't want to move forward, I'm okay with that. And so all my businesses are going to start being geared this way. You talked about how, yes, I am a salesman, but the way I was taught is the wrong way. And it's actually the way people are selling today, which is, sell, 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 money, 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 close, close, close. You know, I was never in alignment with that. It felt wrong and I ignored the signs. So I would tell people this: if it feels wrong, it is, and you know what feels right. So lean on those feelings and what is right. Now, when I was having this conversation with this gentleman, he started saying the same stuff I hear from people. Well, you got to have money to pay the lights. You got to have money to do this. You got to have money to do that. I am going all in on this. When I say I don't even worry about what's paying the lights, what's paying the bills, I seriously let it all go and it all comes to me. I don't even want it at that point. When it ends up in my hands, I'm just grateful. And this concept is really hard for people to grasp. I also had this conversation the other day with a guy who a company that I got hired to scale, and we get commission sales, and I'm teaching them how to sell with personal connection. I donate a lot of my time on the front end. I'm talking 2-3 hours, and I don't pressure. I don't even ask it, have you heard enough to make a decision? I don't do any of that. And they all just end up coming because of that real connection that I actually make. People want to connect with people, and that has been lost big time. And so one of my reoccurring messages, and I'm going to break here so you can interject, brother, because I go on a tangent sometimes, brother. One of my reoccurring messages has been very simple. You're going to see me do this. I know a lot of people think I'm going to burn out. Oh, he's excited. They're going to come up with a lot of excuses to tell themselves to make sense of why I'm acting the way I am and why I've found my sense of self. Stop wanting things from people in all areas of your life. And I'm saying don't want it to expect to get something. I am talking about let it all go. Stop wanting shit from people, money. Stop worrying about doubt, fear, uncertainty, all of it. Not 99.99999%. I am talking 100%. Let it go. And I promise you, it will come back to you. And at that
Boom,
point,
baby.
you're just going to be
Love the energy. You know what came to mind with what you said? So, ladies and gentlemen, write this down. Stop wanting things from people and start wanting things for people.
Yes.
Write that down right now. That's a huge, massive nugget right there for business. Stop wanting things from people and start wanting things for people. I love the way you said that, because I think the big break for me came in when I was talking to someone and we just say that they couldn't afford to come to our event, right? I mean, it is what it is. Not everybody can come to some of our events. And because, right, we provide a high ticket value, which we deliver on. And I remember my assistant said, help them out. And I was kind of against it, right? I was kind of against it. And I said, well, you know what? I said, you know what, ma'am, let's do this. I go, why don't we do this with you? And I want to help you out. So we gave her a scholarship, partial scholarship, changed her life. And, because we gave value to her up front, she's probably been one of our biggest referrals that sends us clients back because of the fact that we did that. Because people remember that. And
Absolutely.
listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. When you sell with your heart, people can feel it. But when you sell with your head and it's just numbers and facts, people can feel that also. And I just had a huge training yesterday, and I was talking about this. I said, if all you're talking about is numbers and all you're talking about is the facts, you're losing half your audience. More, I would say 75% of it, because people want to connect, right? People do business. We've heard this before, with people they trust. And if they can't feel your heart, would you agree with that, Benjamin? If they can't feel your heart, then they can't trust you.
Yeah, and I'll even go deeper on that, brother. People can tell when you're just after money, when you're just when you want anything. And I'm going to give people a warning. If you follow my content, I just did something recently on this. There are people out there that are trained and willing to play the long game with you. They'll follow up with you for years and give you free stuff. But even then, you can tell if that person ultimately wants something out of you. You can feel it. Now, I've proven this. I just did an Instagram live breaking down, I was calling out Ed Milet and Dan Henry and all this stuff. So there was a post Dan Henry did where he had a collapsed lung. He's in the hospital and he's filming. He's like, "Oh, I just had a collapsed lung and I'm click link in the bio." And so it was a pitch. Me and my daughter did an Instagram live. You got a 40-year-old man and you got a 10-year-old girl. I broke it down. What I seen, you could say whatever you want about me. People can make up all their stuff. Oh, well, he's hurt. He's been through this. He's been through that. Sure. But my daughter, she has no bias. She's never invested in anything. She sees something. This is the beauty about kids. They see it and they call it out for what it is. And if you go watch that live, she's just looking at it and breaking it down. She's like, first of all, he's faking it. And yeah, he just wants your money. And I'm like, that's beautiful, sweetheart. That's exactly what he's doing. Yes, it's that simple, people. People can feel when you just want something from them. And when you stop doing that and start helping people, like Daniel said, it will come back to you. Not only that, you're going to start making a massive impact with that. If you truly care, like if you go down the rabbit hole of caring for people, it is going to blow up for you. I promise.
Because people sense that, people can feel that. Let me ask you this. So what are two signs to say, right? Not signs and wonders, but just signs that
Red flags?
no, that are good though, right? What are two?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What are two signs that people, maybe this person is genuine, right? Maybe Ben's being genuine, Deanna's being genuine. Like, what are two things that they should look for that are the positive, that are the good?
So some of the tangible. So first of all, people need to get in touch with their energy and feeling a little bit more. Get out of the world and get in touch with yourself first. I'm going to tell you that because you don't even have to look for anything. You can feel it. And everybody knows what I'm talking about. It's very simple. If it feels wrong, it's wrong. If it feels good, it's good. So I'll just say that first. One of the ways people can prove it is I've done this. I do a lot of free stuff. And more specifically, I don't know if you've seen the post that I did, you will never see anybody do this ever, ever, ever. I'm doing a lot of things you're not going to see people do, but one thing right now, you would never see anybody do this, I promise you. And I don't know if you've seen this post, but I literally was telling people, if I have ever made you, because I can think of people I have done this to, if I ever forced you to buy something from me or made you feel like I made you buy something you didn't want to, first of all, I am sorry. I am straight up sorry. That was not me, and I'll never be that way again. And if you want a refund, get a hold of me. I'm ready to give out thousands of dollars back to the people I did that to. 100%. This is not a joke. I don't want an email. I don't want nothing from you. I want the relationship restored if I did that to you. So to answer your question, Daniel, sure, there can be some tangible things like me saying that and doing that, but it really is the feeling. Start getting in touch with your feeling and stop ignoring the signs that are so simple when it feels good and when it feels wrong. It really is not complicated. When people start complicating it with like being like, for instance, looking for signs, you don't need to. It is right in front of your face. Just pay attention.
Yeah, man. You're saying that, and I just purchased something now. High ticket, ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know what high ticket is, right? It's usually something that's over 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 and above. So I just invested in our business, right? And it was a $5,000 bill that we had to take care of. And I was like, well, but I was talking to the gentleman, and his name was Michael, and I felt his heart, right? I was like, you know what, this guy's being genuine. And sure enough, like, he over delivered.
Yeah.
over delivered. And I think that people need to be aware of that, because there is some good people like Michael Silvers, Daniel Gomez, and Benjamin out there, Benjamin John, that really care. And one sign that I want you to look for, ladies and gentlemen, pertaining to what me and Ben are talking about, is sometimes you pay for something, but people will give you more. So if you meet somebody like that, they're leading with their heart, right? They're over delivering, because write this down, ladies and gentlemen. The marketplace will reward you according to the value you deliver to it. I'm saying again, the marketplace will reward you according to the value you deliver to it. So if you're not delivering $1 million value to the marketplace, how do you expect to have $1 million business? If you're a new solopreneur trying to get to 6 figures, if you're not delivering 6 figures, $100,000 worth of value to the marketplace, how do you expect to hit that? And that's the main thing you got to focus on, right? How can I deliver more value? And what Benjamin is saying, he's right. Like, sometimes you gotta give something away, because I want you to write this down right now. Everything I spend comes back to me times 10. Everything I spend comes back to me times 10. So when you spend your time with someone, it's going to come back to you in some way 10 times. Maybe not from that person. Maybe Ben, an example, is giving Daniel a free session. Well, it's not going to come back from me, but it's going to be reciprocated through God, through the universe, through somebody who's going to bless him back. And I share this with you because when I bought this $5,000 package from Michael, I was like, great, man. He goes, you know what? I'm going to get you on this summit. I'm like, badass, right? Like, I didn't even pay for it. And he goes, I'm going to get you on there. I'm like, dude. He goes, man, we're going to have like 50,000 people on there. It's part of the LA Tribune. You're with me, right? Because you trusted me. And I'm like, that was a good. I was like, okay, well, you know what? Like, it felt good to spend that $5,000. But ladies and gentlemen, it's also your responsibility on the other side of what me and Ben are talking about, is that you have to invest yourself at a certain point. You need a Benjamin John in your side to help you how to navigate and how to acquire and enroll customers and enroll and grow your business. We need help. And coaches help you compress that time. What's your perspective on that, Ben?
Man, I'm glad you asked, brother. I got a lot of perspective on that. So, first of all, me and you, I love you, brother. So, anything I say is coming from compassion. So I'm going to challenge some of the things that you actually just said. I'm going to go deep on that. When I say don't want something from somebody, I'm going to be a little more clear on this. You made a statement that if you do something for others, you will be rewarded. And then you also said, or if you do something, it'll come back 10 times, right? I am asking people to not want a reward. I'm asking people to not want or expect it coming back to them 10 times. I'm talking about going deep, all in on not wanting any outcome except other than helping the individual. I'm going to give you an example. If I had to guess, one of the reasons why Michael was able to give you something for free, I don't know the individual, but I'm feeling the energy and guessing. If I was to guess, the reason he did that was because he probably justified he'd be okay because he's good on the back end with whatever money he has or whatever. Something justified him to make that choice. What I'm saying the difference is imagine Michael being broke and now he just gave something to you and didn't expect anything in return. That's a whole new level I'm talking about tapping into, brother. This is deep. This is something people are struggling with right now. Even all the talks I'm doing about I'm giving away stuff for free, people are fighting it. They're like, nobody does stuff for free. He wants something. They are really struggling with the concept that I don't want anything at all. At all. You feel me on this?
Yeah, you're. So what you're saying is, I'm glad we're having this conversation,
Yeah,
right?
let's peel this back, bro. Let's peel this back.
So the thing is this, right? We can't go against the principles of the world, right? Or the laws of the universe. They're laws, right? Like the law of gravity says that me and you ain't floating because there's gravity, right? It's the law of gravity. And the law of expectation says what we expect, we get 85% in return. The problem with that is most people don't expect anything good in their life. So guess what they get? Nothing good in their life. And the other law is, right, we reap what we sow. So just by law, right? By the law, if we sow goodness, it's gonna come back. That's what I'm trying to say, right? It's we can't fight it, right? It's like I guess let me give somebody an analogy. We'll just say this, right? We'll just say this white card is a apple seed and this green one is a acorn seed. If we plant it in the ground, it's going to multiply automatically. It's a law of the universe, right? The law of sowing and reaping. So even though Benjamin is doing it from the right motive, you're gonna be rewarded because it's a law, right? It's a biblical law. So I understand what you're saying, but you're still gonna be blessed.
Right. I'm gonna peel back another layer, dude.
Does that make sense? So you're still gonna be blessed because you're doing good. When you're doing good, you can't outrun it. It's kind of like this, right? It's kind of like when I always used to marvel at people, and I think one thing that 2020 exposed to us when COVID happened, it exposed a lot of foundations that were flawed or corrupt in business in 2020. And a lot of those businesses that couldn't withstand the storm of COVID, not to say that there was some legitimate, good, hardworking people that lost it, but I would say there was a good percentage of people that I knew. I'm like, hey, what happened to that guy? What happened to that girl? And next thing you know, pertaining to what you're saying, right? They were taking we'll just say an example. I'm not saying anybody's name, but somebody took $1,000 here, $1,000 there, and then they never had an event. And then they shafted them, and then they kept going, and right, they just kind of were doing it. But sooner or later, doing a business without integrity is going to catch up to you. And if you're sowing seeds of integrity in your business, there's no way that God's not going to reward that.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna go deep on that again, brother. So you talked about law of universe, law of attraction, law of physics, law of gravity, all those things, right? I'm talking about going so hard on not expecting anything, not even expecting the laws of whatever to apply. Does that make sense? I'm on a whole different frequency, brother. I'm saying don't even expect whatever law we're talking about to happen. I don't know if you understand where I'm going with this, but bro, I am talking about letting out at the ultimate level that nobody ever does, dude.
But it's going to come back to you, though, is what I'm saying. Somehow, some way, it's going to come back.
Absolutely, but I'm not going to expect it. I'm not going to expect it based on the law. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about the law. I already know because it's happened to me, yes, but I don't even need to think about it. And that's the ultimate faith. People claim they have faith. People claim they like to use nice, shiny statements like, only God can judge me. All these things, but people don't really believe that. And I can tell when people are 99.9999999% believers and they hang on to that 0.1%. And that's what fucks up the entire society. And every problem in your life can be solved if you go 100%. I'm talking 100, not something motivational to get you to go 100. I'm talking about look inside your soul and go 100. And I promise you, all that stuff is going to start coming naturally. But if you expect anything, if you expect law to work, if you expect an outcome, if you expect anything tangible, this is an important message I got to get out to young entrepreneurs and business owners before anything.
Let's go.
The reason why they are not successful, if anybody's looking at this, look in my eyes. The reason why you are not successful is because you're chasing it. You got someone you're latching onto that you think has the answers to your success. It's inside of you. And I'm not trying to make shiny statements to make me sound smart or make you believe something that you're not. You got everything you need inside of you. You just need to commit 100% on something. Wealth, health, helping people, something good. You have to go all in. And this is why people get caught up in chasing people for success and they get sucked in with love and they pull the fucking rug out from under them and they hit them up with selling and they hit them up with upsells and they hit them up with the emails. I'm talking a whole nother frequency here, dude. This is a whole level people don't even talk about.
Are you an aspiring speaker? Do you have a book that you've been wanting to write for months, maybe even years? Or are you an aspiring podcaster? You want to start that podcast like the Daniel Gomez Inspire Show and don't know where to start? Well, at Daniel Gomez Enterprises, we can help you do all three. We can help you become that paid speaker, share your story to the world, write your book, and get your podcast launched and help you produce it. We'd love to help you. Give us a call at 210-663-5954. That's 210-663-5954. We can help you become that paid speaker, write that book, and launch your podcast. We'd love to hear from you. Give us a call now. There's going to come a point where we need help, right? I mean, we all need help. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
So what if someone needs help, right? I mean, would you say that somebody needs help? What do they look for, right? I guess that's what, because the thing is, what you're saying, I understand what your philosophy and what you're saying, but at the end of the day, there's still human beings out there that need a Ben, that need a Daniel. And me and you talked about this the other day, exactly, because the reality is this truth. This is the one truth, is that we're all human. And if we think that in our road to success, whatever that looks for you in entrepreneurship, in your business, you're going to have some fallouts. You're going to have people that betray you. And the higher and higher you go, you're going to have people that talk about you.
Yeah.
And I just got a text message yesterday, well, actually Sunday, not yesterday, for my birthday. And this gentleman, I hadn't talked to him in about a year. And he goes, "Hey, man, I don't know what's going on, but I just had this on my heart for you. I wanted to tell you, I love you. I believe in you. And I believe in what you're doing. And keep shining. Don't listen to what anybody's saying. Just do your thing, what God's put in your heart to do." And I haven't talked to this person like in over 10 months. And I was like, wow. And I share that because at some point, we need people. We need people to help us. But sometimes these people that help us, they're going to hurt us. And it's part of just understanding that it's not a Daniel issue. It's not a Ben issue. It's a them issue. And sometimes we got to turn these life experiences that ain't so good into wisdom. That way we can go and help other people down the road. What's your perspective on that?
You know me, man. Lots of perspective.
Is that making sense of what I'm saying?
I can see, yes. And I can see where it doesn't, I can see why you're saying that. I'm going to blow your mind again, brother.
All right, let's go.
Go.
This is good.
Help is expecting something.
Okay.
Okay. Help is expecting something. So you're already not going to get what you want. Don't look for help. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you specifically also, Daniel. Don't look for help. Help is going to come at the exact time when it's supposed to. Now, looking for help assumes you don't have 100% faith. Now, this is a challenging thing for people, but when you break it down, it really is simple. If you're looking for help, you are expecting that and you don't have faith, more specifically in yourself and in a higher power, whatever that is for you. Expecting means you don't have the 100% faith. People you need will come into your life when it's supposed to. Let me give you an example of what is happening in my life right now. One example.
Okay.
There's a guy, he was on my Instagram live. His name's James Lambert. He's from London, from the UK. I've probably known him 5-6 weeks online. He had a vision. And all of a sudden he called me and said, "Bro, I don't know what's happening right now." He's an old bare knuckle boxer fighter that has really found himself spiritually. And me and him are really in sync. He says, "Bro, I don't know what's happening. All of a sudden, I don't know what I'm saying. I just got to tell you some stuff." He's like, "I seen us. We're on the beach. You're hitting the pads. I'm training you. I hear the ocean. I'm your bodyguard." He's going off, just saying stuff, right? And he's like, "I don't know why I'm saying this." So about 2 or 3 weeks go by. I had the same vision, same thing. And I called him up and I said, "James, bro, the vision you had is real. It's happening. Let's make this real. And at that point, I can hear a little doubt in his voice. Now he's wondering, he's questioning, like, well, I don't know why I said that. And yeah, now I'm wondering if, okay. So I heard him going down that path and I said, James, how about we do this instead? You go to bed with a piece of paper. I don't know why I said this either, by the way. You go to bed with a blank piece of paper and a pen by your bed. I'll do the same thing. As soon as we wake up, we're going to write down on the paper whatever comes to our mind, whatever we can remember on the dream. So I wake up and I'm scrambling to get to the paper, right? I'm scrambling, dude. And what seemed like there was all kinds of things trying to stop me from getting this on paper so hard. I dropped the pen, dude, and it like flew 8 feet from my bed. I'm not kidding. And I was just struggling, right? I'm like, I get it down. I get all kinds of weird stuff on here that whatever came to mind, undeniable. Wes Watson's comment to me that bro, you broke the first rule, because I've been calling him out. All kinds of, I don't know why. I just got it on paper and I texted it, sent it to him. He calls me later and tells me what's on his paper. And he says, bro, I had it again. All I hear is the ocean. We're on the beach. I had it again. All of that is coming back to me again. He's like, I guess the next thing is, I'm getting a plane ticket. He's literally moving to live with me, to do all the stuff that we visioned, and we're not fighting it. And I don't want anything from him. He doesn't want anything from me. We're following the vision because we want to help people. So this is a great example of, because we're already talking about being business partners, all kinds of things are going to happen on this. So all of that came from really not looking for help and not wanting shit from nobody at all. This is a story you can't make up, brother. This is a story you can't make this shit up.
Yeah. No,
That's what's happening right now. He's getting, we're figuring out the money thing. It's happening.
yeah. Well, I love what you're saying, because I think sometimes people what hinders them, and ladies and gentlemen, write this down, right? What season has come to an end? What needs an ending in your life and you haven't allowed it to end? What needs to end in your life? What needs to end in your business and you're not allowing it to end? And that's what I'm gathering from what Ben's saying here, ladies and gentlemen, because, right, he understands that a certain season in his life came to an end. It ended. He didn't fight it. And now he's receiving the new. So think about that. Right now, we're coming into fall. I'm here in Texas. The first cold front came in. It feels amazing. It's 82 degrees here in San Antonio. But summer came to an end, and it's a new season. So what does that look like in your business? Well, maybe you had a product that you launched or a service, and it's failing. It's costing you money. Well, maybe that product is costing your profits, and maybe the new product that you launch is doing more in revenue, and that's what you need to follow. So what do you have right now that needs to come to an end in your life? Maybe it's a relationship. I know me and Ben off the record, we're talking about relationships, and he cut some of them off. You have to cut some. It's not that you're better than other people, but sometimes their path is different than your path. And sometimes you outgrow people. And sometimes the truth is this, is you're going to lose some people, but you're not going to lose your people. Listen to what Ben's saying. He lost some people, but he didn't lose the right people he needed for this new season. So I hope you're taking notes, ladies and gentlemen, because you know what we talk about here, right? What you write down, you retain over 50% of it subconsciously. And I want you to go back and really, this has been a great conversation, because we're giving you two different perspectives, and we're coming at you with wisdom that we've both been in business, and you take what you need from this episode, because it definitely has a lot of wisdom. And what Ben is saying is right? When you commit 100% all in and don't expect anything in return, you're going to be blessed either way, because you're going to help people. And it just, it feels good. Sometimes when I'm down, Ben, it's like the other day, great example of what you're talking about. I went to the bank and cashed a check, and I was there, and I don't know, just saw the security guard there, and he looked a little bit rough, right? A little bit rough. You can tell the guy was tired. And I was leaving in my truck. I said, "Hey man, come here." I go, "Hey, I have a quick question." He goes, "What's that, man?" I said, "Hey, would you like some lunch?" He goes, "What are you talking about?" I go, "Yeah." Gave him some money. Here, gave him a $20 bill. "What's this for?" I said, "Man, just for protecting those women inside in the bank. Thank you. Have a great lunch." drove off. He's like, and I literally like I had to stop because there was a car there. So I looked through the rearview mirror, to the side rearview mirror, and he just like he literally looked like this. Like he literally didn't know what to do, to go left, go right. He looked like he was really, really lost. And it was beautiful. And sometimes those are the best feelings, what Ben's saying. So
100%.
give without expectation and receive without resistance. Love that, man.
Yeah, and I just had a moment like that yesterday. I don't talk about these moments because I don't want people to think I'm bragging about the donations I do and the selfless things I do, but I really do those type of things all the time. And yesterday I did it. That's why you see a fresh dew. My barber was closed, and my daughter said, "Hey, there's a barber shop right there." So I called, felt the good energy, and I was like, "We're going here." And before we walked in, I said, I'm going to change somebody's life in here. I don't know who or why or what, but I'm getting a feeling I'm changing somebody's life. And what you just did and what I'm about to tell you, something so small will change a life. And I walked in there and I was getting my hair cut, just me and the owner, talking and talking about all the same stuff we're talking about right now. Stop wanting things from people. Stop all this shit I told him. This lady comes in with her son to get a hairdo. Very negative attitude, and she was treating her son a little bit disrespectfully. And then she comes in and says, how much to cut his hair? And the owner says, $25. $25. And then he says, 20. And she's like, still hemming and hawing, still very upset at the fact that he's charging something. I seen the worry about money in her. She was worried about money. She went outside, tried to do the Zelle thing, came back in, and something told me to pay for that boy's haircut. And I asked her, I was like, ma'am, can I pay for his haircut? And she resisted it. She was like, no, no, absolutely not. And I looked her dead in the eye and I said, I am serious. I don't need the money. I have it. It is no problem. I swear to you, please take the money. Finally, she was like, really? And her whole attitude completely changed. The whole room, all three of them in the room. It was amazing, dude. I ended up paying for the boy's haircut, mine. I gave the barber like a $30 tip, and he's like, are you sure? Dude, I'm telling you, I do this all the time. And I don't like I said, I don't like talking about it because I don't want people to think I want something out of it. But yes, doing stuff like that and really going all in on not expecting, stop worrying about money, stop worrying about all that shit. You are going to change lives with little things like that, just like Daniel did, just like I did. It really is massively impactful.
Well, the thing too, it takes you. What I realize, it keeps me from being selfish, right? Because you're being selfless at that moment. And
Yeah.
sometimes we don't. I sometimes, right? I do believe in self care. I'm not saying that you do need to love yourself and all that, but there's times when we can be too selfish and just focus and think about us.
Yeah.
The moment you put the focus on, man, you know what? Who can I help today? Who can I bless today? It just feels great when you do things like that, man. It just like
And
it's
that's what I said earlier, right? If it feels good, it's right. If it feels wrong, it's wrong. It's very basic, guys.
yeah, man. So let me ask you this: what's a scripture or a quote that you lean on in times of adversity? A
This
scripture
might this
or a
might
quote.
blow this might blow your mind, Daniel. I've never read the Bible, so I don't know a quote from the Bible. Um, the first message that I got from somebody, we'll call it a higher power. I don't want to freak people out. I got a message to me to let out and let in. All the stuff I'm saying, you might notice, is very simple, right? Very easy, because it is. Let out, let in. I didn't know what that meant, but I found out what it meant was let go of all the shit you're holding on to. Insecurity, uncertainty, doubt, fear, worry, money, relationships, whether your business is going to succeed or not, whether you want to fit in with somebody, whether you don't. I'm talking, let it go 100%. And just be open to receiving anything different that's good. And if you just start there, you're going to be shocked. If one person does what I'm telling them, I'm talking, don't hold back. Don't hold back. If you can bring yourself, go all in on this let out and let in concept, I promise you, massive things are going to happen to you. Your mind is going to be blown. And when that happens, please DM me and let me know because I promise you this is going to happen when someone does this. And I can't wait to hear the story of how it impacted your life and how much your life is just going to change because you paid attention to that one message.
Boom, baby. I love it. How do we get a hold of you? Somebody wants to connect with you, Ben. How do they get a hold of you, my brother?
Yeah, I mean, my phone number is 360-728-9681. Call me anytime. If I'm on the toilet, I'll answer my phone because I care about people. I'll always get back to you. I would prefer people to follow my Instagram. It's Benjamin John, M-I-C, Benjamin, B-E-N-J. It's right there, actually. You guys can see it, right?
Yeah, we'll put that in the show notes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll put all his contact information, his bio and stuff in our show notes. What a great show, man. Thank you for joining us. I love this. This is a beautiful conversation because we got a chance to really just open up our mindsets to new stuff. And my big takeaway from this was, ladies and gentlemen, let go of the old and let in the new. Let go. Let go of those relationships that don't serve you anymore. Let in the new relationships that people want to love and pour into you. And because as human beings, we always hold on to what's familiar. And it's time we start running back to what's familiar and embrace the new, the unknown. And I want to challenge you with this thought, ladies and gentlemen, as we end this show. I want you to start being more curious. Let curiosity get the best of you. Be curious about a new restaurant. Be curious about a new event. Be curious about a new relationship. And I want to see you here in San Antonio, November 17th and 18th at our Millionaire Mind Bootcamp. We'd love to have you. We have people coming in from all over the country. Norris Conference Center, November 17th and 18th. We want to see you here. And if you're stuck in life or business, go to danielgomezglobal.com and do our entrepreneur's assessment. We want to help you there. Until next week with another amazing guest like Benjamin John. Thank you, my brother, again for joining us. We'll see you here with another amazing person. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Next week, we'll see you on the Daniel Gomez Inspire Show. Thank you, everybody. This is Daniel Gomez Inspires, and thank you for listening to our show today. Please share this episode with a friend, leave us a review, and subscribe to our show. And for listening to our show today, I want to give you a free gift. I want to invite you to our Millionaire Mind community. Text the word millionaire, that's millionaire, to 210-942-5059. Yes, join our community today and receive millionaire affirmations, inspirational quotes on a weekly basis. That's 210-942-5059. Text the word millionaire today and join our community. And once again, thank you for listening to our show.